Hey, welcome to One More Thing Before You Go, Over the Teacup Sunday with Michael and Diane, our special third co host, Nicole Hurst. In this episode, we're going to talk about a couple of our favorite television programs. So, this episode's about Ghost and Aliens because it is October 2nd. This is Halloween month. We're getting ready for Ghost, Goblins, and Aliens, and anything else you can get to get scared, to get interested in the paranormal and the supernatural. So let's get started with two of our favorite shows. I'm your host, Michael Hurst. I'm here with my lovely wife, Diane,
Happy Sunday, everyone.
and our youngest daughter, Nicole.
Hello, happy to be here.
So don't forget to grab a cup of whatever you're drinking. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Welcome to the show. Hi, welcome back. Listen, we're going to jump right into this because we don't want to waste your Sunday. It's probably a beautiful Sunday where you're at. You want to get outside and enjoy the weather before it gets too cold and rainy. First of all, our hearts go out to those that were affected in Florida and the other surrounding areas. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to everybody that was affected by that storm, including members of our family and friends of ours.
Yes.
Yes, agree.
Let's start with Ghost. This brilliant CBS comedy premiered last year, 2021, and they have just started their second season, which actually premiered on Thursday, the 29th of September. It runs every Thursday night, with the next episode being October 7th, 2022. This gives you the opportunity to watch the whole first season to catch up so you know exactly what's going on. And we need you to get hooked on this brilliant comedy so that they have a third season and beyond. The very simple, basic premise of this half hour program is a young couple dreams come true when they inherit a beautiful country house only to find it's both falling apart and inhabited by many of the deceased previous residents. They're trying to turn it into a bed and breakfast, which further complicates problems because they came from the big city and they're looking forward to spending time in a more relaxed atmosphere from the hustle and bustle out in the countryside. After all, who doesn't want to come down and stay in a bed and breakfast that's haunted for centuries by a whole bunch of ghosts? It was developed for television by Joe Port and Joe Wiseman. It stars Rose McIver, Utkarsh Ambudkar, Richie Moriarty, Brendan Scott Jones, Danielle Pinnock, Devin Chandler Long, and so many others that make up this brilliant ensemble cast. If it wasn't for each and every one of them, it wouldn't work the way it does. What I like about it is it has a Viking, a Native American, a Victorian lady, a Revolutionary War soldier or two, a man with no pants, a hippie, and a Boy Scout leader, just to name a few of who still are residents there. Diane, let's talk about what you like about Ghost and what you don't like about Ghost.
Oh, they just make me laugh. I mean, well, and like you mentioned, the guy with no pants on, he's from the 80s. So of course, yeah. I mean that tracks. Um, and there's I think the varied characters and from the different time eras, I think it's just so smart to do it that way. And that they are they're just so different. And at the beginning, they really, to me anyway, it seemed like they didn't really get along all that well. And even though they'd been there together for decades, centuries at that point, but as it goes on, they seem to really become family.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nicole, what's your favorite thing about Ghost?
Um, well, I was gonna say the same thing, but mom stole it. Um, yeah, I love the fact that there's so many different characters. But I really like the main characters, the wife and the husband. They're just a really cute couple, and I really wish the husband saw the ghosts too, but
Yes.
alas, does not.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just a very cute couple, and um, it's just hilarious. Like it was just so easy to get into and keep watching, and I could not wait for it to come back.
Yeah. It is such a fun show. It's so funny. The writing is
And shout out to the guy who plays the husband. He's really good in Never Have I Ever on Netflix as well.
What I like about it is the fact that you have a centuries, like you both said, there's centuries of residents that are there from the afterlife, and you kind of shows the different cultures, the different um, backgrounds, the different societal from low ranking all the way to upper echelon, but they all seem to meld together and they kind of, like you said, create a family. And it's interesting how and I realize this is just a wee bit of a spoiler, but I like how the Viking and the Revolutionary guy and um, the Everton modern people fight over the TV.
yeah, it's kind of
You know,
funny.
it's kind of interesting because they never had the TV back
Yeah.
then at all, but now they love it, and they kind of entice people to change the channel for them and stuff like that. And of course, we've got the Native American guys always asking uh, Jay to, because he's a chef,
Yeah.
cook something so I can smell it. Cook something so I can smell it.
Usually it's pizza.
Yeah,
Mhm.
usually pizza, but it's always cook something so I can smell it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm giving a little spoiler away here because we're hoping that you've already watched the first season. Basically, what happens is she falls down the stairs. She gets a knock on the head. When she wakes up, she can see ghosts, but Jay cannot. And because she inherited the house, she has ancestors of her own that are the ghost inside the house.
The
So
the Victorian woman is her great aunt or something.
yes,
Mhm.
and there's a few other that show up throughout the first season that you'll have to watch the season to kind of check them out. But yeah, I kind of like the way they all intermingle together, and they create their struggles with trying to get this place open, and then the ghosts kind of help them out with certain aspects of it all.
You know,
Neighbors getting permits, you name it, they're trying to help them out with it. They spy.
one thing that I probably just either missed it or I've forgotten, but whatever. Um, so fill me in if I completely missed it. But why is it? Because they show like in the first episode, some her when she inherits it, it's because she had another relative that owned the house and died in the house.
Yeah.
But they didn't stay. They moved on. So what am I missing about the other ghosts that are like they're kind of stuck there? I mean, they talk about it in the first season that they're
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, when I was watching the review, they did the previously on, they kind of went over that, and the ghosts were in the middle of explaining to her spirit like what's
right.
going on, and then halfway through, she just kind of like zooms up and she's gone. And then the wife ends up saying, I think I'm supposed to be here to help these ghosts, find closure and resolve, things that weren't resolved when they were alive, and then help them move on.
Okay, because they don't really
yeah, I think you're
they
right, Nikki.
worked on that. They haven't really like
No.
I don't know. Anyway, it's just something that I thought of. So
Yeah, no, I
Hmm.
think you're right. I think you're right, Nikki. I think that that episode was kind of funny, and say you'll see it if you watch season one. The other relative did die. All the ghosts were hanging around, and they were talking to her like, "Hey, this is normal. This is where you're going to be now. This is family." And they went, whoosh. It was like, "Oh,
And she's gone.
okay." And she's gone.
yeah, it
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny. And the new season, actually, it is really kicked off pretty well with the new season. We thought it was going to change some things, but I think that I think it kicked off really well on the season
Yeah.
premiere. I really enjoyed. I got intrigued with some new things that are happening, and um, they were able to spy for them again and kind of save the bed and breakfast before they would want anybody to be in the bed and breakfast. This is our
Hmm.
house. They're gonna have to get out of my room. I don't want them to have to happen. But and then now they're kind of helping them to kind of
yep.
understand that if the bed and breakfast goes down, then they don't have
Yeah.
them there to talk to anymore, turn the TV and
I
change the channels.
I had a theory about season two from the end of season one, and it didn't pan out, so I'm really sad about it. But yeah, it's still
I think I know what you're
it was a great, yeah.
talking about, and I imagine they're going to revisit that. I think they have to at some point.
Hmm.
They're going to have to actually let that happen.
Like it's a
Yeah,
delayed reaction.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because that, I mean, I would expect that. I hope so.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. Well, before we move on to Resident Aliens, anything that you guys want to say specific about Ghost? I mean, I think it's a brilliant comedy. It's a great Thursday night. I don't know whose place it took in the lineup. I don't even remember. I know that we were excited when season one ended. We're kind of going, please renew, please renew, please renew, please renew.
Yeah.
And then we were telling you, Nikki, gotta watch, gotta watch, gotta watch, gotta watch.
I don't really have anything else to say about Ghost, but when you said I don't know what show they took place of and all that, it reminded me that when it premiered on Thursday, we watched the show immediately following it, which is brand new,
Does
and
this
we
help
don't.
me, Todd?
Yes.
Yes.
So help me, Todd.
That was
Oh,
so good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an episode next.
I love that one.
oh, and I
Yeah,
mean, what's his name? Skylar.
Skylar
Skylar
Astin.
Astin. Oh, he's perfect in everything.
He,
Yeah,
Come on,
I love him, and I love
Marsha Gay
uh,
Harden.
partner. Thank you. Oh my gosh, watch the show.
yeah. Skylar Astin. We love in Pitch Perfect, and we loved in Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and it was fantastic. And the Marcia Gay Harden.
Uh,
She's brilliant in itself, and the fact that she told Caitlin, our oldest daughter, and Caitlin was an extra on one of the shows that Marcia Gay Harden's on, and came in and told her, "Hey, you remind me of my daughter."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How did that happen?
Long
Yeah,
time ago.
long time ago when Caitlin was on whatever she was a doctor or something, or was on a doctor show.
It was a doctor show of some kind that she was on for. It
Yeah,
didn't long, but
Hmm.
Katie was an extra, and yeah, she said that Marcia Gay Harden was just really sweet and
yeah,
just
it was pretty
Oh.
cool.
respect. But okay, yes, that is a fantastic show. Cannot wait to just keep watching it. Watch it, watch it, watch it. But it did take the place of Be Positive, which I'm still so sad about.
Hmm.
May it rest in peace.
Yeah. So the next show that I really want to, we not just I, but Diane and I were really excited about it. Nikki, this is another one that we get you hooked on immensely, and that's Resident Alien. Now, we've talked about Resident Alien in the past, but we were hoping that they would get it renewed. They did. It's coming back for the rest of season two, which is what we're going to talk about, and it got renewed for season three, possibly season four. They're talking about on top of that.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about Resident Alien, and basically it is an alien crash lands on Earth in a place not too far from Patience, Colorado. It's a fictitious town, but it reminds us of the towns that like you girls grew up in, Woodland Park, but it also reminds us of the Estes Park where you grew up, Diane.
Yeah, a
You
little
know,
bit.
My
yeah.
first thought when it came up was this looks like Old Town Colorado Springs.
Oh, exactly. So it
Yeah.
they crash land, or not they, but he crash lands, and he slowly begins to wrestle with the moral dilemma of a secret mission on Earth, and he assumes the identity because aliens can do that. You know, they can just morph. What do they call it? It's not morphing, but it's
Yeah, it's kind of morphing.
kind of morphing into
Assuming. Wait.
assuming an identity. Yeah, so he assumes the identity of
I
a
mean, they
doctor.
physically like change into them.
Yeah, he physically changed into this, and he takes on the persona of the doctor in town, and you know you got to
There's
watch it. So
a lot to it. There's a lot to it. There's a
there
lot of
is.
layers. A lot of layers.
And honestly, it was created by Chris Sheridan for television, and he and another individual had literally started out as a comic book. It was supposed to be a lot darker in the comic book than what the TV show ended up being. And the only reason the TV show turned the way it did is because of Tudyk, Alan.
Is that why the opening scenes are always like in comic book form?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you got it.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, it started as a comic book and decided to adapt it to TV. And it was supposed to be very, very serious. And then when Alan Tudyk came in, who's the star, and he is a comedian,
Yeah.
and he started
He's amazing.
really started taking liberties with the character, and
Mhm.
everybody just said, "Keep doing that." And
He's good. He's so
yeah,
funny.
So good.
so he they had to kind of rewrite the pilot and redirect the show to make it more of what you see now, which is absolutely brilliant. Um, Again, they just wrapped season 2, so if you have the opportunity, you need to go back and catch up on it. It's on Peacock. You can catch up on Peacock with it, which we're not an affiliate with Peacock or anything, so we're not gonna. You need a paying subscription to be able to catch up on it there. I believe you'll have to tell us, Nikki, because we don't really go back on Hulu very much. You might be able to catch up on it on Hulu.
It's not on Hulu.
Not on
Mm-mm.
Hulu. Well, it definitely is on Peacock. So
Is,
you
is
know,
it on Sci-Fi?
yeah, you normally it's on Sci-Fi
Right.
channel. So if you've got Sci-Fi, I think you might be able to catch up on a portion of Sci-Fi, but Peacock for sure. Um, but it's another brilliant piece of program. It invites you into the world of aliens and the possibility of what exists out there, and combines that in such a manner that it will make you believe that
And
aliens are among us.
and I think it's still kind of a dramedy. I mean, there's still some dark parts to it.
There are.
So
Yeah.
it's not like, sitcom laugh track, funny. He's just ugh.
He's brilliant.
He's
I think
perfect.
he's ad-libbing and they just keep it in.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
brilliant. He just Alan Tudyk. I can't remember what else we've seen him in, but we've seen him in several other things. But I know he's a comedian.
I
And
want to say he was the pirate in Dodgeball, but I might be wrong.
no, he wasn't the Pirate Dodgeball.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't the Fire Dodgeball. But he's just brilliant in his character, and you believe it wholeheartedly. You absolutely believe he is this alien, 100%. In fact, you wish he'd come to the house and prove to me
Just hang
he's
out.
not.
Yeah.
It is you know what it is? It's unexpected. Because
Yeah.
you were trying to get me to watch it, actually, Michael. You were the first one to watch it, and you were like, "You really, really, really want to watch the show? I
Yeah.
promise you." And I'm like, "No, I really don't," because I had a completely different idea of what it was than what it is, and
Yeah.
I was
And now you're
so
hooked. Now it's like,
surprised.
is it Resident Alien on? Is Resident Alien on?
I think the first time when you started getting me to watch it, didn't we watch like 3 or 4 episodes in like one night? We stayed up till like twelve
Yeah.
thirty. I mean, I
You,
couldn't
you,
stop.
you watched the first episode and I said, okay, now do you want more? Yes.
Yes. And this is when I, at the beginning of our episode here, and I said, one of these shows, I am so, so sad when the episode, this is it. Okay. I want this show to go on forever. I want every episode.
Yeah.
I just want a year-long movie. Just make it a year-long movie. Don't
Well,
ever
Yeah.
stop.
and that the whole thing. I mean, what's your Nikki? We got you. Let me give some more credit. Sarah Tomko, she plays Asta, who's learned to be family slash best friend to this alien, and they go through so much together. Corey Reynolds, Alicia Wetterland, may not be pronouncing her last name correctly. She plays Darcy, who Darcy's character
She's
is.
hilarious. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, she is so good at her delivery. It's just
If
perfect every time.
if you want to have a best friend, Darcy would be your best friend, I guess. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those
Well,
things that.
there's times she'd be a little too much for me for a best friend, but I love her. I mean, but she has moments of being just a little
little
too much.
overboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the dinosaur.
Well, don't you can't give anything away. Don't give anything away.
I had to pause the TV
Can't
and
give
just
it away.
laugh. I'm not giving it away. I just
uh,
died.
Levi Filer is Mayor Ben, and then Judith Pren, she plays Max Hawthorne. Elizabeth Bowen, she plays Deputy Liv. It's got a sheriff and a deputy. Patience, Colorado has a sheriff and a deputy. Coming from the law enforcement community, it's very difficult to me to really relate to the fact that he's a sheriff of the town when usually the sheriff is the county sheriff. But
Yeah.
in this particular case, they made him the sheriff of the town. So, but that's a personal thing. It's just a personal thing. He should be a marshal. So he could be a marshal of a town, but she should be a deputy marshal. But it works. Either way, it works for the most part. And then, of course, it's got a whole slew of other characters that just amazingly make this into a brilliant ensemble that it's family all the way around. There's no two ways about it. To me, the whole town has become a family. Now, there's only
Yeah.
certain people in the town that know the secret.
Yeah, very few.
Very, very few. But there are some moments in there and some things in there, especially during this last 6 episodes
Hmm.
prior to where it stopped, where it really will make you stop and think about the possibility of what really might be among us.
Already among us.
Already among
Well,
us.
and I was hesitant to watch this partly because I am terrified of the thought of aliens. And that's really embarrassing at 30 years old, but they
That's
scare me
that's
really
okay.
bad.
I'm
And I
you're not.
can't watch anything like serious about it,
Yeah.
but I think I watched the trailer or something for it and then I was like, "Oh, it's a comedy." So like, you know,
Mhm.
it'll be fun. And it was. It's fine. I'm now a little bit more okay with the thought of aliens if it was like this.
Yeah, if all aliens were like this, which you'll find out in the show that
Mhm.
not all aliens are like Harry.
Nope.
There's
Nope.
some dark dealings going on.
She's doing fine. Don't scare her all over again.
Yeah, but I mean, this is
Well, when the voice of them is George Takei, it's kind of hard to be scared.
Right. Right.
yeah, that's true. I
Right.
mean, that's true. You'll that was a nice twist, I think,
I
actually,
know.
with
He
George.
even said "Oh my" in his
Yeah,
signature voice.
that was pretty great. That was pretty cool, actually. I liked it a lot. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
This is some.
BS. This is some BS.
This is some.
We're a family-friendly show, so we won't say the whole word, but you get the idea. That's the favorite tagline. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put that on a T-shirt.
Okay.
Well, they might have something to say about that because it's obviously a tagline from the show.
That's okay. We're promoting the show. So if we
True.
put his the alien head on there, and
I
then we put this is some,
I wonder if they already have that.
they might have that.
They might.
Should check to see if there's some merch.
They
Resident,
might.
huh?
They might have it. Who
They
knows?
might. That's what I want for Christmas.
So yeah, in this whole both of these episodes of both Ghost and Resident Alien, what are you guys' favorites?
No, I don't want to pick. Well, I
I'm gonna say
probably
Resident Alien.
say Resident Alien, yeah, but they're different shows too. So it's
They're very different. Yeah.
um, but Ghost is definitely one of my favorite comedies on network TV right now. You
Yeah.
know,
It's cute. Like it's a cute little like you want to get into their world and kind of escape into their world kind of show.
yeah,
But Resident Alien will make you laugh every 2 seconds and just like wish you were part of their town and
yeah,
it yeah.
I agree.
I agree with both of you. I think that I kind of love them equally. I mean, I think I really I'm hesitant about saying one is more favorite than the other because I want you out there to watch both of them.
Yeah,
So
please watch both.
Okay, well, I take back my favorite. I like both.
so,
They're, they're,
so the vote is to watch both.
they're
So
different.
Yeah.
now
Mm-hmm.
we always mess this up, and I should have double checked it before we come on the air. I know that Ghost are on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Resident Aliens are on Wednesday nights
I think
Yeah.
it's on
on
Wednesday.
Sci-Fi. So that's
Yeah.
on Wednesday nights on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, so I watch it on Thursday on Peacock.
The Resident
Oh.
Alien. Now Ghost, you can
Mhm.
also catch up on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
You
Yeah,
can
and I do
catch
that
up
on
on some, yeah.
Fridays.
Yeah, you can catch up
Actually,
on it on Paramount Plus.
really, both of these shows, I mean, in case we haven't made it clear, you have to watch them from the beginning,
If
or
you don't
you will
watch from the
be lost and you won't understand any of it. You have to watch it from the beginning. Every episode builds upon itself, so you have to watch it from the beginning.
and because it's the first week in October, it's the first weekend in October. What a better way to start off Halloween month than to binge watch Ghost, all about Ghost, and then learn all about the aliens among us and how the possibility exists that your next door neighbor could be an alien.
I'm sure some people have lived next door to people who they may have thought that. Just because,
Just because.
sometimes people in the neighborhood can be odd.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank both of you guys for having this conversation this morning. I hope the rest of your day goes fantastically well. I know that you and I, Diane, have a lot of work to get done here in the house, but I loved spending the time here with you both. You and Nicole, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing your thoughts and your expert advice on, because I can be proud of this and not proud of this at the same time, because you love TV, you love shows, you binge watch them all the time. So I love that part of you because you and I both have that in common. I think all three of us have that in common. We love our TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may or may not watch about 140-ish shows that are currently filming / airing right now.
Nicole, you need to come on the regular podcast and let's talk about TV addiction.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is it a show or is it an intervention?
No, it'll be a
Intervention.
intervention.
You might have to.
A intervention.
Well, the thing is, we never really counted ours up. I'm sure we're close to that.
We're probably close to that. Yeah, I mean, we have such a hard time trying to figure out what we're going to, what we record. We have too many recorded. We do, but we love it, and that's why we're here sharing it with you. So, everybody, one more thing before you go: have a great Sunday. Have a great week. And from my perspective, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast listening platform.